All right, how's it going, Jeff? This is Anthony. This is me putting together this little video that we spoke about today. I enjoyed our conversation. I got to know a little bit about what it is you do, and the fact that you've been doing this a while. And we kind of got a little personal into it, and that was good. But like I said, I did want to send this to you, and go over a little bit of information. And so the first thing I did was I pulled up your website and looked it over. You have basically a one-page website. As you click on each one of these sections here, it just takes you further down the website. And as I mentioned before, in order for Google to really make your website seem relevant or be relevant on the internet, they like to see about 1,500 words on your homepage. And like I said, the reason is because when Google's searching the internet or crawling the internet, collecting data, they want to have it so that when people are doing searches, say for instance, pest control Hemet, Google has enough information to make your website relevant to the searches that people are doing. And so having that content only makes you more relevant to people who are looking for you. And so it would be good to rebuild this webpage and actually put a lot of that content on it and break these up so that they're not on the same page. Like add some extra tabs, add a service tab. You've been in the industry since 2007, so you got a lot of experience. With experience comes expertise, and being able to build that web page to represent that experience and expertise goes a long way. And people will take a lot away from that. And so that would be my first the first thing that I would suggest is rebuilding this website. And like you said, you were busy and don't really have time to do that. And we can talk more about that. Once you've checked this out, seen it, and seen if there's any value any value to you as far as the things I'm about to talk about. And so the next thing I wanted to look at was this little tool that I use here. Once I punch in your website, it pulls up some statistics for me. And as we can see, you're not getting any traffic to your website. In fact, we can go down here and look, and this orange line here goes back 2 years. So for the last 2 years, your website has basically just been sitting there. Nobody really knows it exists unless somebody puts it into their browser using the exact website. And so you may get some traffic going that direction if someone searches it by actually inputting the domain instead of searching for it in Google, because this just gives me the search history traffic right here. And the reason why it's not being found on the internet is because, like I mentioned, it's your relevance. Google has no information basically about your website. And so if we look at these keywords here, and as I mentioned before on the phone, keywords are the words and phrases that people actually put into the Google search. And so if your website is showing relevance to those searches, then Google will rank your website based on the way that you're using the keywords and the type of keywords that you're using relevant to the industry and the website that you have. And so if we click on the keywords, it'll take me down here to show me what keywords you have as of now implemented into your website. And so we have Acorn Pest Control. I mean, that's a branded one. So, if anybody actually does a search for Acorn Pest Control, chances are that they may find you. But even as we look at it here, the amount of times that you used your own branded keyword isn't enough to get Google to give you any relevance for that search, which is why you're still showing up in position 18. And so pest control Hemet, there's 100, they get 100 searches on the internet every month in that area looking for pest control and Hemet, and you're ranked 38th. So somebody would have to go over to the 4th page of Google and be able to find you just to be able to click on to click on your website and find you under a Google search looking for pest control Hemet. And as you know, most people probably, I know, I never go past the first page of Google, and the majority of the people that I know never search past the first page of Google. So that's why it's so much, so important in order to rank your web page to get you in that top 1, 2, and 3 position, because that's what generates about 80% of the traffic is the people who are in those positions. And the way that they get in those positions is through the things that I'm talking about, because Google actually gives a lot of relevance to those websites who put in a lot of the information and make their company relevant to the searches that people are doing. And so that's pretty much it when it covers the keywords. There's a lot of things that we can add in here, and that comes with creating the website. Like we mentioned on the phone, a lot of people pay somebody to build them a website, thinking that they're going to get a good product. It comes out really beautiful. It has all the things that they want in the website. But the truth of the matter is it's not really, the beauty of the website. It's really the content that you stick in the website and the relativity to the information that you're trying to provide or to, provide to the customers who are looking for your business, and making sure that you implement the keywords associated with the business that you're trying to make relevant, and the implementation on where they put them. Having specific pages associated with service or having specific pages associated with a location, about in the About Us page, more, information about your company, even up to the contact page, and being able to implement specific keywords so that, Google has a chance to find them when they're crawling your web page. And collecting all that data and all that information. And that's pretty much, the one thing, that I would get started with. The other thing that we kind of work on is what we call backlinks. And this is when you have other websites or other domains that are giving you a link to refer back to your website. So let's say another pest control company, out of another area, allowing you to have a link to their website, or having them allow you to have a link, posted on their website, which takes customers in your area to your website. It's called a backlink. And so you're able to add backlinks, doing some of this we call search engine optimization. And by having these backlinks, as long as you're getting quality backlinks, you're able to grab some of the power that's being generated from these domains that are giving you that backlink, and actually raise your Google ranking that way too. And so it's important to, when you're adding backlinks, to add quality backlinks and not just a quantity of backlinks, because it's not really about how many backlinks you can add, but how good the quality is. So being able to say get a rank from a national pest control information website, and getting your link embedded into their website, like on a blog or something like that, where it refers to you and your business, can carry some weight in helping you improve your, we call authority. So your website starts to collect some authority, and makes you an authoritative website for people to be able to get information on. And so those are a couple things that, like I said, the way the website looks, revamping the website, doing it properly, add enough content so that you can use enough keywords to generally create a lot of relevance and then updating backlinks and being able to put backlinks in. The one other thing I can mention really quick is what we call citations, and that's getting your company information, like your address, your business name, and your phone number, put into different directories on the internet, like Yelp. What else? We got Yelp, yellowpages.com, and different places that have just your information posted on their website so that people who go to those directories can also find you. And that carries some weight too with giving you relevance and authority, because it's another way that people can find you. And so those three things, along with content, would be the best places for us to start, and really start seeing, your website improve and start bringing in some traffic. And like you said, you're really busy, doing a lot of things. But one of the things that I wanted to discuss was, having the time to focus on work. I know you got a lot going on, but if, say for instance, you did some of these things and you started seeing, a lot of traffic come to your website and it started generating some business for you, it's something we can talk about and learn more about what your goals are for your business. But, being able to take some of that load off of your back, so you have more things to, more time to handle, your personal things. If you had enough clients and enough customers to where you can, maybe hire somebody to take care of some of those things while you handled your the personal things that you need to handle, and just take some of that weight off your shoulders. And so, like I said, we can talk more about that. Hopefully this was good for you to hear, and there was some information that you took from it. I know it went a little longer than what I planned on. This is, over 12 minutes. It's a little bit longer than I normally spend. However, I hope this was worthwhile. You've got my number. If you need to, you can give me a call. My email obviously will be in the email that I'm sending you, as well. So, have a good day, and, give me a call. Let's talk soon. All right, bye now.